SMX press conference disaster. Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. So let's buckle up, strap in, and jump back on the Moto merry-go-round as we examine the good, the bad, and maybe a little bit of the ugly.
No, Walty, not the ugly. Only examine rainbows and sunshine.
No. Somebody's got to read between the lines and look between the ruts. We got some ruts to look through today. This is insanity stuff. This is so fun. So fun watching the industry and what it's evolved to. Somebody's been around since back in the day. And seeing how the sport has really changed so much. I mean, back in the day, it was all about entertainment value. We knew this was extreme alternative sports. There was nothing mainstream about it. You had to have a screw loose to do this stuff, and you still do. But that's why the industry likes to sweep all these injuries under the rug, put the microscope anywhere but where it needs to be put. They are always about rider safety, but when it comes to supporting our fallen heroes, are they getting the proper support? Of course not. They can't. It'd be counterproductive because if we show the public
Look how dangerous this is. It's going to probably limit how many bike sales. We need bike sales. We need to mainstream. This needs to be like ball sport.
Which brings me to our press conference. Our boy Johnny Hopper, another YouTuber, one of the first guys that reached out to me when I started on YouTube, and like Hopper, like his content, does a great job. He's created his, I think like a lot of us, we kind of create our own style, our niche, or whatever it is, editing, coverage, personalities. That's cool. And I like Hopper. I think he does a great job. And for a while, he was a little bit of a whistleblower, but then he apparently wanted to get invited to the table and be part of the industry at an intimate level. And so recently I saw where he had to kind of come defend himself because bless his heart, man, he was at the presser and apparently there wasn't a bunch of people at the presser. And he got the opportunity to ask a question, and he asked a hard-to-ask question that the industry, I'm sure, has emailed, called, texted, or all of the above, and let him know he cannot do that. In fact, he might be on probation now because of that. But here's the challenge. That's the good. The good is Hopper asked Plessinger, hey, hypothetically, if Eli, wink, wink, becomes your teammate, wink, wink, would you be pumped on that? And he, heck yeah, boy, the cowboy shake and bake, Ricky, yeah, I've been a teammate, it's going to be awesome. Because he's AP. AP's going to give it to you and give it to you straight, right? But he also is like, hypothetically. And even the Jet and Eli are like, dude. So, it was good on Hopper for asking that question because these pressers have become so humdrum. I hate Jet, next question, Jet, next question, Jet, and the other dudes are just sitting there like wallflowers. I think we do need to do something with these pressers where, hey, but here's that was the good that Hopper stepped out of his and asked that question and probably got some blowback. The bad is that the industry is probably now reprimanding Hopper for asking that question. And I know some of the other industry talking heads, mainstream media, have already been making remarks like, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that. Well, of course you can't. You're in the industry's pocket. You're paid by the industry. Hopper's not. He's a YouTuber. That's it. He's not getting paid. He's probably not even getting paid to go to the races. They should pay these guys to go to the races if they're going to be invited to the presser. Hook them up. He probably gets a lunch if he's lucky. Maybe not even that. Now, the ugly is this. This is where it gets ugly, in my opinion. Unfortunately, with Hopper's question, they are probably now going to vet these questions and make sure certain questions aren't asked. And that's ugly because now we're going to start controlling it even further. And this thing's already been controlled under the microscope. The pressers are so orchestrated, they're not very entertaining. If you make it even more watered down, cookie cutter, the people aren't going to tune into these things. And so we need to let these guys ask anything they want. Within reason, of course, right? Not like, hey, dude, can I cruise over to the pad tonight? Your chick's hot. No. Walty might ask that, but they can't. They cannot ask that. So the challenge is now is the industry now, they're talking about this. They're talking about, wow, we do not need this. When in actuality, they do. Because you see, that's why even a channel like this, that's not polished or trying to wow you with clip art and editing and, over the top stuff, just my own brand of reporting, is that we're going to have now it's going to become too cookie cutter. And we just don't need that. It's just going to become too cookie cutter now with these robots asking these questions. And it's just going to get more saturated by that. And so we don't need that. We need Hopper. Good job, dude. Good job. Go ask more hard to ask questions. Let the chips fall where they're made. That's like Danger Boy right now. Danger Boy is getting talked to by the industry. They've sat him down many a times. But Danger Boy ain't playing by the rules. He's basically playing as much as he can. But I just know what I'm seeing out of Danger. Like Jet, he will conform. He has conformed. That was part of it, because Jet's not his own person. Jet is owned by the family. It's all about the family. Jet's identity has been stolen from him. Yes, he's a happy, jovial, fun-loving kid. He's being himself the best of his ability. But he had they say, hey, you're making big money. You are the face of the sport. We need you to portray a certain image. Now, Danger. Danger, on the other hand, he's kind of the bad boy, or new bad boy of the sport, which is actually squeaky clean compared to some of the bad boys we used to have in the sport. The One Punch Evans, the J-Laws, the Weston Pikes. I mean, those guys made Danger Boy look like a choir boy. But I love Danger Boy's style. I love what he's doing. I think he's doing a great job. But the reality is this. That's what we need, because like I said when I opened the show, this is alternative extreme sports, not ball sports. And final thoughts. I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy who wants to see you not only win on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. The shark-infested press conference. Welcome to the swimming pool. You got one of a YouTuber to ask a question that we all knew was coming, and now you're butthurt potentially because of it. Welcome to the real world. This is it. You can control most people, but you can't control all the people. And what we're actually doing is making the sport more exciting. Like I was saying, people tune into channels, or I was about to say, people tune into channels like this because they like the entertainment value, a little bit of the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's why Walty will be here to blow the lid off at every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars. God bless. I'll see you on the next video.